Serus!
Takisto veríme. Vysvetlené máš, poďme na to. 3 skúšobné. Musíš dýchať, keď to páči.
On a Saturday afternoon in Košice, Slovakia. 3 games on tap here today at the 2019 World Hockey Championship. Martin Frano and Mikko Kokakori are the referees for this game between Denmark and the United States. The U.S. comes in with a record of 3-1, lost its opener to Slovakia, has reeled off 3 straight wins since then. Heinz Ehler's team is 2-2. One of the wins in the opener came in a shootout, so just 2 points there. Denmark has 5 points, hard-pressed to make the quarterfinals. Jeff Blashill's got a good team here. Ray, we talked about them prior to the tournament. Johnny Gaudreau, though, not playing today. A maintenance day for Gaudreau, not expected to be anything serious. He was shaken up in the U.S. 6-3 win over Great Britain.
The U.S. has had their moments where they've looked really good. They played a good game against the Finns in their 3-2 overtime win, but they haven't really caught their stride yet.
Simon Nielsen starts in goal for Denmark, the younger brother of Franz Nielsen of the Detroit Red Wings. He's at his 10th World Championship. He's played just 11 games so far. He has not yet played this year. Cory Schneider's back in goal for Team USA. He's played twice. Took the loss against Slovakia. Allowed 2 on 26 shots in the win over Finland.
Alex Brink has been, in my opinion, the best player for the United States. Has had a fantastic start to the tournament. Game 5 for both teams is underway.
So Larkin, Kane, and DeBrincat start for the U.S. And right off the draw, Peter Regan, a great chance in tight, and Schneider turns him away. Loose behind the goal, Larkin trying to pick it free. Bodker around for Patrick Russell, a late addition to the Danish roster. After Bakersfield of the American League was knocked out of the Calder Cup playoffs. And Alec Martinez with it. The United States has added a couple players as well. Zach Werenski and Luke Tunnan have joined the group here in Slovakia. Not dressed this afternoon. 22 skaters, 3 goaltenders make up the roster. Team USA's is now full, so you can't add anyone as an injury replacement. And a sharp angle shot by Nick Jensen, turned away by Schneider. Good pressure here by Denmark in the early going. Long shot by Marcus Lauritsen is knocked down. Now back at the point is Lauritsen. Feeds it in for Jesper Jensen. Jesper Jensen gets loose, throws it back in front. Nick Jensen, another chance, and Schneider makes the stop. Wow.
4 stops in the first minute and 5 seconds for Cory Schneider. He hasn't had any time to get settled into the game, and he's had to be sharp. Nick Jensen a couple of times. Jensen wants to go to the blocker. Schneider pushed from the post out. Here's the first shift of the game. The shot is deflected by Russell. Schneider makes a good stop, and then a better stop, a reaction save on Peter Regan, as Denmark comes out with 3 really good scoring chances in the first minute of this game.
Nikolai Meyer works in, he fires, and Schneider swats that away.
With Johnny Gaudreau out of the lineup, Jack Hughes moves from his center position to the right wing on this line with Eichel and Kreider. It's a good opportunity for Hughes, who hasn't played very much in this tournament.
Oliver Larsson swings back for it, plays it across to Nikolai Meyer. Matthias Bau swats at that. And now Larsson plays it back down to the American line. Noah Hannifin up for Jack Hughes. Swings that rink wide for Ryan Suter. And now Suter works his way in. Nicholas Jensen for Matthias From, another late add to the Danish roster. Now Paulson pokes out ahead. Quinn Hughes goes back to pick it up. What an event for the Hughes family. Jack and Quinn played together at the World Junior Championship in Vancouver, Victoria over Christmas. Now here together at the World Championship as well. Van Riemsdyk in for Clayton Keller. And Keller peels back for it. Keller drops it back to Suter. The shot goes off the stick of From. Shots are 4-0 here in the early going in favor of Denmark. Van Riemsdyk banks that back to Suter. And Van Riemsdyk goes down to Colin White.
White moved into the middle here of this line as a further domino to the Gaudreau injury.
Clayton Keller drops that back to Quinn Hughes with time, works it and shoots. That went just wide. Van Riemsdyk. And that pass deflected away. White goes back at the point for Quinn Hughes to Ryan Suter. Suter finds Keller. And Clayton Keller. Quick wrist shot that's knocked down by Nielsen. Couldn't hold it though. The centering pass knocked down by Paulson. And now things settled down by Jakob Jakobsen.
That's a terrific shift for what is now the United States' third line.
Derek Ryan moves in. He's stripping the puck by Russell. Denmark in the middle of a change. Russell's in there by himself. Drops it back. It's picked off by Ryan. Up ahead for Frank Vatrano. Vatrano spins back, looks for Alec Martinez. He holds the line, and Martinez plays it back in deep. Oliver Lauritsen rattles that off the glass and out. That was close, but the faceoff will be in the Danish zone.
After that terrific first shift and a half, the bit of an energy group for the United States puts together a good one. Colin White from the Ottawa Senators moves into the middle of the third line. When Hughes moves out of the middle up to the second line on the right wing, that opened up that center spot for White, who had a terrific year in Ottawa. 14 goals in his first full year, both on the wing and in his natural center position.
Here's Patrick Kane winding in. Kane drops it down to Larkin. Dylan Larkin off for Kane. Kane got tied up in the corner. To Brink it with it. And now Bonker lifts it back out. Brady Shea swings back, being shadowed there by Regan. Lead pass from Martinez for the Brink, and he was knocked down by Nicholas Jensen. And Kane from a sharp angle had that pass go off a leg. Nicholas Jensen knocked down by DeBrincat. Penalty coming to Team USA. So DeBrincat takes down Nicholas Jensen, and then Larkin comes in late. And so Denmark, which has done well in the power play in the tournament thanks to one big game, will get the man advantage here.
The United States is the least penalized team in the tournament. This is just their 8th minor penalty of the tournament. It's a cross-check here for DeBrincat. And so the Danes scored, you mentioned, 4 power play goals in their win against Great Britain. They've got 6 in the tournament. The U.S. has given up 2 power play goals against.
Face-off controlled by Storm. Back down to Marcus Lauritsen. And the centering pass is knocked down by Luke Glendening, who flips it back out for Team USA. Denmark lost Lars Eller to injury earlier in the tournament after their win over Great Britain. As Nick Jensen brings it in, fires it down. Picked up by Morten Madsen. At the line, Marcus Lauritsen had it bounce off his hand into the U.S. bench, and the faceoff will stay in the American zone.
Well, Martinez, you see, pointing outside. He wants the puck outside. The faceoff will stay inside. Heinz Ehlers have to work forward without that major piece of Lars Eller
and also his own son,
who never did start the tournament.
Nikolai Ehlers suffered a broken foot in the playoff loss for Winnipeg to St. Louis. Back at the point, Mikkel Bodker down to Regan. Peter Regan back to Bodker. Matthias Bau, the giant, is standing in front.
That's a screen.
Jensen Abo to Regan, back to Jensen Abo with a lane, shoots. That went high and wide. Bodker back with it. Bau is 6'7", 238 pounds. The pass picked off by Larkin, and he flips that down to the Denmark zone. 50 seconds to go in the first power play of the game, still no score. Jesper Jensen Abo drops it off for Mikkel Bodker, the Ottawa Senators. Bodker lays that in deep. Noah Hannifin gets there first, brings that around. Skip right to Jesper Jensen. Then he steps into Hannifin, knocks him over. Bodker with it. Jesper Jensen flips it back to Jensen Abo. Nick Jensen back to Jensen Abo. Shoots that to fucking just wide. Jesper Jensen back on it now. Derek Ryan's got a broken stick. And play is called. The American net was dislodged.
Oh.
The Danes are arguing that the Americans knocked it off. Now play should continue if the Americans knocked it off.
Gord, you saw the official tap his own belly saying, that's on me. That play should not have been whistled dead. Denmark loses possession of the puck, yes, but also with Derek Ryan without a stick. The net didn't go anywhere. Like that's not even close. That's a terrible break for Denmark. Watch when he moves the net. Yeah, it's still in, still piped down. Whoops. That's basically a 4 or a 5 on 3.5 as Ryan didn't have a stick.
Face off won by Glendening, and now Ryan Suter to the line, slip set by Oliver Lauritsen and down the ice. Marcus Lauritsen, the little brother in every respect to Oliver Lauritsen. No shots on goal for Denmark on that power play. That pass skipped away from Nick Jensen. Jesper Jensen. Tied up in the corner, now picked up by Kane. Rink wide he goes to DeBrinket with Larkin jumping in. DeBrinket to Larkin, busting in, and Marcus Lauritsen played that away. Kane moves in. A centering pass just missed DeBrinket. Now Larkin tees it up and shoots. He fired that wide. Quinn Hughes holds the line now for Team USA. In for DeBrinket. Cross ice pass broken up by Marcus Lauritsen. And Shea plays it back in.
When DeBrinket and Kane get the puck in one circle, instantly the other one posts up in the other circle right around the dot, maybe a stride out from the dot. They know where they're going with it almost immediately. It's pretty cool to watch.
Quinn Hughes lead pass. Missed Chris Kreider. Back goes Oliver Larson. Up ahead for Bow. Morton Madsen banks that down to the American zone. Icing waved off as Shea went back. And now picked up by Quinn Hughes. Up ahead for Jack Eichel. In comes Eichel busting in. Larson stayed with him. Eichel drops it back, but Fox wasn't there in time. Eichel got tied up by Bow. In comes Eichel from his knees, throws it back in front. At the point, Hannifin a long drive, and Nielsen knocks that away. Now Paulson back with it. Morton Paulson works in. Tied up by Hannifin. And Fox goes in for it. He fell awkwardly. Hannifin out the line, but not out. Second try goes the other way for Van Riemsdyk. And Van Riemsdyk pass went off Oliver Lauritsen, the plays offside at the American line. 11:39 to go here in the first period. Still no score. Shots on goal are 4-2 in favor of Denmark. No score here in the first period. Danes have an outside shot at making the quarterfinals. The top 4 teams in each 8-team group get in. But a long way to go for the Danes, who still have Canada on Monday and Slovakia on Tuesday.
Last night, Slovakia was in a game that seemed pretty comfortable. They gave up 2 quick ones, and then all of a sudden, they get 3 in the third period, and this place was just jumping. We were sitting downstairs for it, and it felt like the roof was going to come in when they started hopping up and down.
In comes White now for Team USA. Colin White holds in, shoots. Nielsen makes the stop. The rebound bounced the other way. Van Riemsdyk digging for it.
This line's had two really good shifts for the U.S. Keller, Van Riemsdyk, and White.
And Russell throws that ahead, knocked down by Quinn Hughes, the Vancouver Canucks first-round pick. In for Dylan Larkin, playing his 5th straight World Championship for Team USA. Larkin has that knocked down, and Larkin picks up the puck behind the goal, works back in front, shoots. Nielsen makes the stop, dives out and pounces on the rebound. Brink wound up in the net, and Nielsen froze the puck.
And Marcus Lawrenson deposits DeBrincat in the net as Larkin gets a little bit of room, comes around the back of the net, and this puck's going to bounce around. DeBrincat's trying to fish at it from behind the goalie, and we'll get a good look at where Alex DeBrincat ends up. Hello. Good shot from White, and then the puck almost ends up back in the Danish net as one of their defenders was trying to clear it. He put it off the side of his own goal.
Frederick Storm works in, knocked off the puck to Brinket. Pokes it ahead for Kane. Brady Shea's jumped in for Team USA. In comes Kane. Great move. Feeds it back in front out of the reach of Shea. And now with him stuck up the ice, Storm looks ahead for Nick Jensen. And Jensen had that swatted away as Oliver Lauritsen goes back. Lauritsen, 6'6", 230 pounds. 3 years at St. Cloud State, 4 years in the American League. He was a 7th round pick of the Flyers back in 2009. Meyer jumps in across the line for Matthias Bau. If a slam dunk competition breaks out right now, Bau and Lauritsen should do okay for Denmark.
I don't like the U.S.'s chances in that one.
Lead pass finds Ryan in alone with Vetrano. Vetrano scores! Frank Vetrano snaps it by Nielsen, and Team USA has a 1-0 lead on a 2-on-0 break.
That came out of nowhere. Frank Vetrano, who can really shoot the puck, is the recipient of a nice feed from Derek Ryan, but Hannifin will just pitch this up the middle of the ice. This puck was not intended for Ryan. It went all the way through, and now Ryan, who's back behind Nikolai Meyer, slides it across to Vetrano, and Vetrano, who had his first 20-goal year in the NHL, 24 tallies in Florida this year, blows this by Simon Nielsen in the U.S., has a 1-0 lead.
Second goal of the tournament for Frank Vetrano, who is an undrafted player, signed as a free agent by Boston in 2015. He has scored goals wherever he has been. And the puck bounces into the Danish bench, so outplayed early. Team USA comes back on a 2-on-0 break and makes it a 1-0 lead. Nothing United States to lead on Denmark here. Group A at the World Hockey Championship later today. Canada will play Germany. Great Britain will play the Slovaks tonight. In Bratislava today, 3 games as well. Latvia and Russia underway, and Latvia has a 1-0 lead on the Russians. Oskar Sabolskis has scored for Latvia. That's the first goal allowed by the Russians since their opening game against Norway. Wow.
They've run roughshod over the competition.
Julian Jakobsen gets a delay of game penalty for putting that puck over the glass behind the Danish bench. So Ryan Suter on the American power play plays it down to Jack Eichel. Kane on the off wing moves it and shoots. That's blocked. Rebound, score! Alex DeBrincat. And the power play goal 15 seconds in makes it 2-0 USA.
"33 seconds after Frank Vatrano made it 1-0. A good start by Denmark is a distant memory. For DeBrincat, his 5th of the tournament. He's got a couple on the power play from the same spot in the middle of the ice. He takes the rebound of the Kane shot and this squeaks through Nielsen. Van Riemsdyk misses pushing it into the net. But DeBrincat's now got 3 power play goals. 2 from the slot as that wobbler goes through Nielsen, but he's got 2 from that general area, 1 from the back door, and the 41 goal scorer from the Blackhawks has given the U.S. a 2-0 lead.
And the United States is now 5 for 10 on the power play in the tournament. Scored a couple power play goals against Great Britain.
Kane and Suter giving assists on the goal.
Kane extends his American record for points, and he's set overtaking Mark Johnson in this tournament. Quinn Hughes up ahead for Eichel, and Jack Eichel spins back with it. Eichel got tied up there by Russell. So a 2-0 break and then an over the glass penalty. Bing, bing, 2-0. In comes Storm. That's knocked down by Glendening. And Nick Jensen up for Jesper Jensen. He shoots, and Cory Schneider makes the stop.
So think of how the first 12 minutes go. In the first minute, Denmark gets 4 chances on goal. Cory Schneider turns them aside. The U.S. gets that 2-on-0, which came on a missed pass that turned into the 2-on-0. Then they get a gift penalty on the over-the-glass penalty, and they take advantage on the power play. It doesn't really matter about the first couple of chances anymore.
Wolanin plays it around for Alec Martinez. Christian Wolanin, the 7th defenseman today for Team USA. And Martinez to Frank Vatrano. Frank the Tank. From East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. His parents own a restaurant there, and maybe one of the knocks on Vatrano early on is he
ate at the restaurant too much.
Spent too much time there, yeah.
Apparently it's really good, all Italian food, and apparently lunch and dinner were rather large portions for Frank, and once he got himself on a kind of a professional program, he scored in Boston, but he just kind of fell out of favor there and found a home in Florida, and the 24 goals this year is a pretty sweet total for him. He can, as you mentioned, Gord, he can shoot. He scored just everywhere he's been, including almost a goal a game in the American League in his last year.
His first full year in the American League, he scored 38 goals in 38 games. He was named the co-winner of the Rookie of the Year award in the AHL.
Whoops.
Marcus Lauritsen got off stride there. The Lauritsen brothers were victimized in that 2-0 break by Team USA. Matthias From moves it back around. Paulson works in. Paulson centering pass. That's tipped wide by Julian Jakobsen. Now jam play at the side of the goal. Paulson couldn't get it to go. Paulson back with it. Tied up behind the net by Shea. Jakobsen feeds it back to Jensen Abo. Cross to Klassen, feeds it there, and Jakobsen is shot. That's blocked by Quinn Hughes, and the puck goes up and out of play.
Denmark's had some pretty good little sequences in the offensive zone. It's off the forecheck. Here's a nice play by From, who gets the puck to the front of the net to Paulson. His shot's deflected wide, but Paulson stays with it, beats Shea to the post, and forces Schneider into a pad save on the wraparound.
By the way, Latvia scored in the power play to make it 1-0 against Russia. Latvia's just taken a double minor for high sticking.
Well, that Russian power play, that doesn't seem like good news.
Not advisable. That's very close to what you'd have if you had a Russian Olympic team. Minus Tarasenko, who's still playing for St. Louis, it's pretty much all hands on deck for Russia.
Here we go.
Smart up by Van Riemsdyk, and Clayton Keller's got a chance now. Keller loose in the corner. Keller swings it back in front, knocked away by Regan. Here's Colin White with it. White drops it off to Suter. Ryan Suter, a wrist shot, scores! That was deflected in front. And it's a 3-0 lead as James Van Riemsdyk got a tip on that. The wrist shot from Suter.
Well, the road is on here as JVR, who's made a career out of the front of the net, is now out towards the slot, and he's going to get a stick on the Suter shot here. 15 feet in front of the net. That shot's about 10 feet wide. Ryan Suter's just trying to get this onto the net. Takes a drop pass from White, and JVR tips it past Nielsen, and the United States is in 4 minutes turned a 0-0 game into a 3-0 lead.
Van Riemsdyk has goals in back-to-back games, now also scored against Great Britain. Playing in his second World Championship. He only played 2 games the first time around. Was a late ad in 2011 here in Slovakia. And Jack Hughes pokes that ahead.
Maybe they found something here in this first period. That line has been outstanding for the U.S., together only with the injury to Gaudreau. But maybe White, Van Riemsdyk have found something along with Clayton Keller, as maybe that becomes their third line.
Eichel with it, swings it back. Martinez a long shot, that went high and wide. Quinn Hughes, that wrist shot blocked by Storm. And all that energy Denmark had in the early going has dissipated. And Quinn Hughes allows USA to make a line change, and now Hughes snaps that pass ahead forward to Brink. Alex to Brink, busting in to Brink. Shovels out in front for Kane. Kane drops it off for Fox. Adam Fox works his way in. Fox has a look. Centers it. That hit a skate. Now back at the point. Hannifin's shot was blocked. And DeBrincat leaves it there for Kane, winding in. Patrick Kane drops it back. Hannifin walks in and shoots. Nielsen save, and he's able to corral the rebound and hang on. 4:06 to go here in the first period. Team USA a 3-0 lead. Watch the team get off to a great start in this period and then just get flattened by Team USA. A 3-0 American lead. By the way, the Latvians killed off a 4-minute power play for Russia. Still 1-0 Latvia in the first period. That game on TSN 5. Dennis Bayak and Mike Johnson have the call. From Bratislava, where most of the medal round will be played. The semifinals and bronze and gold medal games will be there.
Have you got our tickets yet to get there?
Yep.
Do I have one?
Yep.
Yeah, thanks. It's nice of you to do that. You know
Here. Travel arrangements, cash, restaurants. The Brink works in, shoots. Rosters. Anything else you need?
No, do we got dinner set up?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Here's Kane.
This looking after yourself is tough.
He must be great in vacation. Kane works in.
Poor Cammy. Where are we going? When are the flights? Just tell me where I need to be.
I think you're really good at this.
Following? Yes.
No.
I'm a tremendous follower.
Jensen Abo across to Bodker. Mikael Bodker works in. Peels back and leaves it there for Regan. Peter Regan centers it. That shot by Russell, kicked away by Schneider. Russell centers it, and that pass just missed Regan. Nicholas Jensen unloads, and look out. That went right by Regan's ear over the glass and out.
Been some close calls for the Danes here in this first period. There's been times where Heinz Eller's Denmark team has got the puck in the offensive zone. Their strength is going to be a quick strike off a cycle. They're not going to rush the puck up the ice and create a lot against the U.S. defense that's really very mobile. But Peter Regan is a veteran of National Hockey League games. He played 243 of them. They've got some players that can play from, I would say, the tops of the circles down where the pace of the game catches them. They just can't quite hold against the team that's as quick as the U.S.
Van Riemsdyk drops that back to White. Colin White to James Van Riemsdyk. Shoots that, pinballs around in front. Knocked down by Russell. Of course, last year the tournament was in Denmark, so they got Frederik Andersen, Frans Nielsen, a host of other top players. This is Denmark's 17th straight year in the top division of the World Championship.
And they'll be back for an 18th next year as they're safe out of that relegation mess.
Got relegated this year at the World Junior Championship after 5 straight years in the top division. That was a huge accomplishment for Danish hockey. Of course, the World Junior Championship only has 10 teams. One gets relegated. But some really good young Danish players are coming. In comes Chris Kreider. Drops it off to Hannifin. A sharp angle shot. And Eichel deflected that just wide. Nielsen might have got a piece of that. Now Eichel, loose behind the goal. Walks out, shoots. And that was blocked by Jesper Jensen. And Jensen lifts that over Fox and back down to the American zone. Lead pass to Eichel. For Hughes, a centering pass alone in front, backhand shot for Kreider, scores! Kreider slips it by Nielsen, and it's 4-0 Team USA.
What a feed from Jack Hughes. This play is developing slowly, and Eichel's got the puck going up the right wing. Kreider is all by himself in the slot, but when that puck comes to Hughes, he takes it to his backhand immediately. Watch him, 6 coming up here. Right to the backhand, he knows where the puck's got to go. It's a backhand feather, and this trickles through Nielsen. Chris Kreider's got his 3rd of the tournament, but this is a great feed from Jack Hughes.
And Jack Hughes has his first point at the World Championship.
And that'll make him feel a lot better. Just 18.
This week.
Been a little stressful for him for sure with Capo Caco exploding in the first 10 days of this tournament. But that's a great feed. And Kreider from Hughes and Eichel, and it's 4-0.
Here's Kane with it. And now Fox in across the line. Fox. Kane whips that back in front, knocked down by Oliver Larsson. And now Paulson, rink wide for From. Matthias From comes jumping in. From sends it back in front. That pass just missed Morten Paulson. Regan lifts that ahead, chopped down by Kane. His hands come in handy in the defensive zone as well. That pass off a stick up and out of play. 10 seconds to go in the period. Still 1-0 Latvia. and Russia after one period there. So Bob Hartley's team Latvia with the jump on Russia.
Over 2 sticks is the skill. The head is that he saw where the play had to go before it needed to be made, and that's a nice play for Jack Hughes to make and a good finish by Chris Kreider.
So time winds down here in the period. Shots 11-8 Team USA. The United States blows it open midway through that period. Jack Hughes has his first point at the top level of the World Championship.
25 tipped it.
Yeah, but it hit the guy's back in front.
Again?
It hit 19's back.
Okay, so we're
19 from 25
and
20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Goalie switch for Denmark. Simone Nielsen gives way after allowing 4 goals on 11 shots in the first period. So 33-year-old Patrick Galbraith comes in. Last played in the 2015 World Championship for Denmark. This is his 10th. Almost always the 3rd goaltender for them. So he's bounced all over the place. Sweden, Slovakia, Germany, Great Britain. His first year back in Denmark this year. So the U.S. with a 4-0 lead. They've changed the 3rd American goal. Patrick Kane actually went to the referee and said the puck touched Clayton Keller in the back on the way in. So it's Keller from Van Riemsdyk and Suter, the scoring play.
He was trying to get out of the way, Keller was.
Vodker got bumped there by Martinez. The puck loose for Larkin. For DeBrincat, walks in and shoots, and Galbraith faces down 41 goal scorer Alex DeBrincat 15 seconds into the period.
Welcome to the game. Gonna get a little more of this too. Turnover inside the blue line, and Galbraith out on top of the paint as he followed the puck nicely from his left to right. DeBrincat, who scored in the first period on the power play, is turned aside.
Dmitry Orlov has scored for Russia. It's 1-1 in Bratislava between Russia and Latvia. And the trick on this side of the draw, looks like Russia will be first on that side in all likelihood. Sweden might be 3rd, which means the 2nd place finisher in Group A here will get the Swedes in the quarters. Sweden lost its opener to the Czech Republic before a number of its players got here.
They've airlifted in an all-star team since that time.
Yeah, and they all score when they get here. Alexander Wenberg from Columbus got off a plane and scored, and then Gabriel Landeskog did the same thing. They both scored in their first shift in their first game, arriving the day of the game.
The U.S. has 2 players still that will play for them. Luke Cunnin from Minnesota, who played in the American League once the Wild didn't make the playoffs, and Zach Werenski, the slick defender from Columbus, will both join the team for their next game.
In comes Quinn Hughes with time, walks in and fires at the side of the goal.
Looks like Canada will have Dante Fabro back in their lineup. suffered a facial cut against Great Britain. He took a puck right above the mouth.
Nick Jensen works in. Jensen spins and throws that wide.
The rosters are pretty much solid right now. There's not much room anymore.
That pass was picked off. Great chance in front. Stopped in tight was Olesen. Cory Schneider was great in the early going. The first 5 minutes were real good for Denmark. He turned them away and held the fort until the U.S. broke things open. Olesen spins and shoots. That went wide. Back of the line is Matthias Bau. Cross he goes for Nicholas Jensen. That shot stopped by Schneider. And Derek Ryan drops that back for Brady Shea. Olesen. Long wrist shot floated through. Schneider got a piece of that. Bau taken down by Shea. And Derek Ryan gathers up the loose puck.
Well, that shifts a dog's breakfast for the United States. I mean, they've turned it over a half a dozen times. They can't get out of their zone. 4 of their guys are still stuck out there.
Here's Matthias From. Picked off by Kreider. Up ahead for Ryan. In for Kreider. And the change will be completed as Kreider plays that wide of the goal. Julian Jakobsen. That's bumped there by Kreider. And Jack Eichel feeds it back. Kreider, his shot, that was blocked. Back at the point is Hannifin. Feeds across to Eichel. That pass was picked off, and a good defensive play by Marcus Lauritsen. And now From moves in on Suter. At the line. Held by Lassen. That shot pounded wide by Jensen Abo. Well, Matthias Lassen had to retreat. Bakker has the puck back for Denmark. Suter. Pass picked off by Russell. Suter swatted that down with a high stick. Got it back though. And now Kreider ahead to Hannifin. Noah Hannifin crisscrossing with Jack Hughes. In comes Hughes. He was tied up. Hannifin plays it back in deep, and Jensen Abo has it back for Denmark. Just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in Košice. First of 3 games here today. There's also 3 on the schedule in Bratislava today. Canada will play Germany next year. Then tonight, Great Britain will play Slovakia. In Bratislava, after Latvia, Russia, it's Italy, Norway, and then Sweden will take on Switzerland, which also has a very good team here. And right now sits in second place in the standing. Clayton Keller.
Swiss just added Nino Niederreiter as well, which will certainly help their cause.
Van Riemsdyk back to Fox, across to Martinez, a long wrist shot tipped wide by White. And Nicholas Jensen, the former Oshawa General rather, plays it across for Nicholas Jensen. So you've got Nick Jensen, Nicholas Jensen, Jesper Jensen,
and Jensen Abo.
Jensen Abo. And a linesman here in the tournament from Denmark is also a Jensen. Matthias Bau, a centering pass, tipped right on, rebound, score! Tapped home by Olesen, and Denmark's on the board, down 4-1.
U.S. gets caught on a long pass up the ice, and this is a really slick athletic play by Nick Olesen. Long pass here up the boards by Oliver Lauritsen. Bau goes across the net. Schneider, a terrific stop on Olesen, but the rebound is there, and he's going to spin to knock it into the net on his backhand. The U.S. gets burned on that long breakout pass, and Nick Olesen's first goal of the tournament's off a nice feed from Matthias Bau. But it's the play where he stays on the puck here before Hannifin can help out, and Denmark's on the board.
Nick Olesen playing in his first World Championship for Denmark. Played the 2015 World Junior for them. And hang on. Hold all tickets. So this is not a challenge by Team USA. I don't think it's just being reviewed.
see if they're reviewing a goalie interference here as Olsen's shot is stopped and he runs together with Schneider. I mean, that's not to me. Schneider's going right whether Olsen's standing there or not. He's going to end up in 5 feet outside the crease as he's going to his right. You can see where the contact is. I don't see how that prevents him really from playing his position.
The problem is the puck did leave the crease, but he was in possession of it. That's got to be a goal, doesn't it?
Yes.
You've stopped, but yeah.
I mean, it honestly, with a lot of them, Gord, I feel like we guess a lot of the time. That I see where the puck is, I see the save, the puck's out, he's not moved forward at all. He stopped when he could, but the goalie's going that way anyway. I generally look at the goaltender, and if he has a reaction right away, he feels he's been interfered with. Schneider didn't do that. As you see him just roll over onto his left side. There's the contact. That's what they're looking at for sure. Schneider just gets back to his knees and up to his feet. For me, Gord, this is a goal, but I guess we'll find out in hopefully a short time here.
Referees are Martin Franco of the Czech Republic, Mikko Kukakari from Finland. Here's what they saw.
And I don't have a problem with them reviewing the scoring play. What I always have a problem with in review is once you've looked at all the available angles, there's no need to look at all the available angles 14 times.
Right. Ryan Suter just checked that this is not an American challenge. This is the video goal judge looking at it.
Like by now, there's no more angles to look at.
All right, so I think we're getting the call here.
No, we're getting another headset on the other referee.
Oh dear.
Well, this is good news.
Nice to see this is all cleaned up now.
Nice day today, though. Beautiful walkover. Farmers Market is out. People out walking around.
By the way, Russia now has a 2-1 lead on Latvia. Nikita Gusev scores in the power play to make it a Russian lead.
Gusev, who signed in Vegas just as the playoffs were going to begin. A really talented, slick, right-handed shot winger.
The longer this goes, the worse it looks for the goal, don't you think?
Again, I don't know what they're looking at anymore. And I don't mean this disrespectfully, but if you can't tell after looking at all the available angles and now you've had a second look, if you can't tell, then you have to leave the call on the ice. It has to be irrefutable evidence to change the call on the ice. And I never get the sense that that's the case. You've split hairs 100 times by the time you get to here.
All right, so
hopefully they can get their chin straps on quickly and we can begin again.
Here's the call from Kukakari.
After the video review, there is no goaltender interference on the play. We have a good goal.
Worth the wait.
Now, I only hope that Jeff Blashill doesn't challenge it now. Please, Jeff, just stand back there and let the game continue. Thank you.
Bau's in it with Kreider now.
Bau plays in the American League in Washington system in Hershey.
Just the whole season with a spleen injury.
Those are two pretty big boys going, pushing and shoving back and forth. Funny though, Kreider, who's 6'3", doesn't look that big next to the 6'7" Bau.
So Denmark on the board with the play called. And we got a penalty coming now.
Is that going to be Kreider?
I think Bau sucked him in, So Kreider goes. So Denmark, we got a power play.
Right off the draw, the puck will be dropped. Now remember, they've already fenced. The referee is standing, or that's the linesman, a foot away. There's the high stick. Kreider will go and Denmark will get their second power play of the game.
face-off one back, but it pulled Jensen Abo out. Jesper Jensen Abo. Drops it back for Bodker, up to Russell. Russell, a centering pass, knocked down by Suter. Suter got bumped there by Bow. But gathers up the loose puck and sends it down the ice. Jensen Abo. Slides that back to Bodker, and he comes across the line. Bodker. 3 American players converged on him, and Larkin sends it down. Do you think that drop pass has run its course now in hockey?
I think the drop pass that doesn't originate with speed has. The whole...
Larkin shorthanded, walks in, Larkin holds, and Galbraith makes the stop, drops that down for Nick Jensen.
Gord, the whole drop pass point is that you attack with speed to back up the defenders. If you go slowly, they don't back up, so you drop it, they're still standing there. If you don't back them up into at least their blue line, there's no point in dropping it. So that part, I think, has run its course. The penalty killers have caught up.
Here comes Nick Jensen, could really shoot it, fires, and the save is made by Schneider. 39 seconds to go in the U.S. penalty to Chris Kreider.
Nick Jensen will shoot first, second, and third. He loves to deliver the puck to the net. Snaps this one up top. Cory Schneider with the glove stop. Jensen had a couple of goals in their win against Great Britain. 21 goals in the KHL for Jokerit this year.
Martinez off the face-off win by Larkin, flips that down. Dylan Larkin's been a great ambassador for USA Hockey over the years. Proud to represent his country at the World Junior Championship, the Men's World Championship, mentioned playing in his 5th straight. And Martinez sends it down. And when Jim Johansson passed away tragically last year, it was Larkin who helped organize a charity game in the Detroit area to honor him. It was a terrific event. Johansson will be honored at the IIHF Hall of Fame ceremony on the last Sunday of the tournament with the Paul Loik Award for outstanding service to the IIHF. Kreider out of the box, rink wide for Eichel, working in, pulls it back and shoots. He slipped that wide. And throw him across now for Morten Poulsen. Shea for Hughes. And Jack Hughes winds in, centering pass for Kreider and shoots, and Galbraith a pad save. Poulsen pokes out ahead. Eichel spins away from Fromm. Poulsen picks up the loose puck. Spins back in the corner. Leaves it down for Jakobsen. Across to Fromm. Centering pass. Chip right over Poulsen. Rebound skipped away from Jakobsen.
Schneider's made some good saves today. That's a really nice play, and he had to be sharp to turn it aside.
Poulsen back with it. Tapped in the corner by Russell. And Russell tied up there by Quinn Hughes. Oliver Lorentzen steps up, plays it back for Russell. He gets loose as Shea falls, plays it back. Nicholas Jensen down to Russell. Trying to find Bodker with it, that was broken up by Hughes. At the point, kept alive by Oliver Lorentzen. And a bouncing puck swatted back in by Bodker to Russell. Russell, a centering pass, knocked away by Quinn Hughes. And at the line, Nicholas Jensen can't hold it. Hughes lays that in deep, and Nicholas Jensen back to pick it up. Nicholas Jensen fires that down. Here's to Brinket. Alex to Brinket. This pass ahead for Kane, that was knocked down. And Jesper Jensen brings it back, but the play's offside. At the American line, 4-1, Team USA leads here in the second period. on a Saturday afternoon in Slovakia, about 1:25 local time. Game 1 of 3 today. A little warm outside, so we'll see how the ice holds up by the end of it. As Clayton Keller works in. Keller drops that back to Hannifin. Hannifin to Van Riemsdyk, tees that up. That goes wide. That may be the longest shot James Van Riemsdyk has ever taken.
Especially from a standstill. That's a long way. I'll tell you someone that never shot it from out there. That would be me.
No.
When you see the goalie yawn on the way in, it's probably not a good
or read the puck as it approaches him. That puck bounces into the Danish bench. Of course, the difference now in the game, Ray, is that everyone can shoot it. There's Kane talking to the officials, saying that the puck hit Keller in the back after the deflection by Van Riemsdyk, so they changed the scoring on that goal. Here's another look at it. Van Riemsdyk, the tip. Never touched Keller, did it?
I don't think so, but the great Luc Robitaille used to say video review cost him 5 goals a year. Like once they put in the cameras, you couldn't say, hey, that hit my stick. Because how could you check before?
You never did that.
I don't think you do. We had this thing that if the puck hit you, you would say, you know, it touched me, and it would go in the net, even if it was for an assist. You'd say, no, it hit my stick on the way through. When you've got your regular line mates, you do that all the time because they're going to do it the other way.
Right.
And if you're known as a cheese ball that's stealing assists, it's not a very good handle to have.
No. Don't be an apple thief.
No.
Petrano to Kane. And Patrick Kane shifts that down to Ryan. And Johnny Gaudreau getting what the American management staff is calling a maintenance day after getting shaken up against Great Britain. Not expected to be anything serious. As Ryan works in, Derek Ryan holds, feeds it across. That's knocked away with the long stick of Oliver Lauritsen.
Kane crashed into the boards pretty awkwardly in that last game and Johnny Gaudreau, and tried it for one shift and then kind of turned around, and that was about it for him.
Now Paulson comes in, and the play is called. Offside at the American line. 9:28 to go in the second. The U.S. leading here in Bratislava. 2-1 Russia leading Latvia. Day 8 of the World Hockey Championship. This round wraps up on Tuesday. And the top 4 teams in each group will play each other in the quarterfinals. And then after that, the teams will be ranked 1 through 8 based on their stats through their points and stats through the opening round. And that's how the semifinal matchups will be determined. Top remaining seed will play the lowest remaining seed and so on, as opposed to the old format, which was a straight bracket. Winner of quarterfinal 1 played the winner of quarterfinal 2, and so on. Larkin back with it. Dylan Larkin drops it back. Keller in, shoots. That goes high and wide. And now Wolanin swings back for Team USA. Funny that they changed that goal from Van Riemsdyk to Keller. It used to take months to get goals changed in the IIHF. Nino Niederreiter scored one of the biggest goals in Swiss history, an overtime winner against the Russians in the quarterfinals in 2010 in Saskatoon. That goal was improperly awarded to a player that wasn't on the ice. It wasn't until May of that year that it got changed.
I'd like to know who's looking at it in May.
Jack Hughes works in, drops it back for Eichel. Now Eichel pulls back in front and shoots, and it's gloved by Gaudreau, who didn't react right away. And Eichel was looking at the net to see if the puck was in there.
Eichel uses his size and his reach to get around Jensen Abo, and he's going to flip it. I don't think anybody really knew where the puck was, and Eichel's still looking for his first goal of the tournament. He's got 6 assists so far. Career highs in goals and points this year in Buffalo. And a new coach in Ralph Kruger. Oh,
a centering pass by Kane to Brink to the back of the net, and Alex DeBrincat has struck again. That's his 2nd of the game, his 6th of the tournament, and it's a 5-1 American lead.
But I mentioned in the first period, when one of these Chicago guys gets the puck, the other one spreads out, seems to know exactly where to be, and the puck carrier knows where he's going with it. DeBrincat comes off the side wall and goes straight to the far post. Kane jumps from the inside across to pick up the puck. Look at this lane here. Perfect, but it's DeBrincat's finish. He's got good goal scorers, have strong hands. The puck comes, you've got enough strength on your stick to one-time it even on the strong side, and DeBrincat's got another one and another assist for Kane.
So DeBrincat ties for the tournament goal scoring lead with Capo Caco and Evgeny Dadonov. They've all got 6. And Team USA leads 5-1. It is incredible with DeBrincat because we talked about Vetrano earlier. DeBrincat has literally scored everywhere he's been. Everywhere. He had 3 straight 50-goal years in the Ontario League. He was a 2nd-round pick to Chicago. 41 goals, you mentioned this year. One of 11 players in the NHL this year to crack the 40-goal mark.
Colin White picked up an assist on that as well. I just find it interesting, Gord, that he was, that DeBrincat was drafted in 2016 and fell into the 2nd round despite those 50-goal years. And yet now he's being thought of as an example of what a goal scorer, a smaller statured guy can be. And it's just 3 years in how the game has changed their vision of what a player might be.
Now picked off by Ryan, and with Larkin. Dylan Larkin winds in, walks in, and shoots, scores! Dylan Larkin. And it's a 6-1 lead.
Dylan Larkin had a fantastic year this year as well. He takes the pass at the blue line. Nice little feed from Derek Ryan, and he explodes up the middle of the ice. He's got great acceleration, and Larkin's release, which resulted in 32 goals this year, gets him on the board today. And he had the overtime game winner against Finland, and he's got one here. And it's now 6-1.
Hannifin goes back for it. 6.5 to go here in the period. And Team USA legging it out here. Lead pass now to Van Riemsdyk. Larkin trying to pick out that loose puck. Van Riemsdyk in there as well. Bodker has it back now for Denmark. Love down by Hannifin. Lead pass to Larkin. And the #1 Danish netminder, Sebastian Dam, not dressed today.
Good place to be.
Denmark will play Canada Monday, Slovakia Tuesday. So the Danish schedule the inverse of Slovakia's. The Slovak organizing committee gave the host team its toughest games first. The United States, Canada, and Finland. And the Danes have their toughest games late. 5:53 to go in the second period. Team USA with a 5-goal lead. Left here in the period. Nick Jensen and Team Denmark down 6-1 to Team USA. Denmark's slim hopes of making the quarterfinals will pretty much evaporate today. Looks like 12 points is going to be the cut line. You got 3 points for regulation win. Denmark got 2 for their shootout victory against France. They came back from 4-2 down in that game, but probably need to get a 3-point win in that one to have any chance. And they still have Canada and Slovakia to come. Martinez swings that across, and Jack Hughes has it taken away and falls. Jesper Jensen moves in, drops it back, and a hard shot. Schneider makes the save on Storm.
This might be the best news of the day for the United States is the play of Cory Schneider, who's faced 17 shots, but about, I'd say at least half of them have been really great chances. There's another one, a good save. The rebound sits in front of him. It's an easy cleanup. Storm frustrated with the missed opportunity, but he made a good shot. I guess the only thing he could want differently is to get it up a little higher, but he got rid of it in a hurry, and Cory Schneider just beat him.
Vetrano tied up by Jensen Abo at center ice, and now Derek Ryan steals it away from him. Scooped up by Matthias Lassen. And Jensen Abo picks it up. Loose puck at the side of the goal, knocked down by Ryan. Picked up now by Madsen. Plays it back for Lassen. And that long shot from Oliver Larsson deflected wide. Clausen swings that back. Pass knocked down. Nicholas Jensen plays it back in. Matthias Fromm. Tries to swing that back. And Brady Shea high in the air for Kane, who was in behind Nicholas Jensen, but Jensen took that away. Patrick Kane. Winds ahead with the Brink and White. Centering pass for Kane just missed. And Regan knocks that ahead to Brink and try to swat it down. Fromm brings it in. Matthias Fromm works in. That shot fired wide by Regan. Marcus Lorentzen plays it back in. And now White trying to knock that back out. 3-1 Russia now leading Latvia. Nikita Kucherov has scored for the Russians. They're good.
Scouting expertise.
Not for nothing when they come to all these tournaments.
There you go. You put it all together there.
Colbrate knocks that away from the non-Russian Clayton Keller.
That 1-0 lead seems a long time ago.
In comes Storm, knocked down by Suter. And a cross-checking call will go to Ryan Suter with 2:59 to go in the period.
gets on the outside here. It's pretty quick up from the Danes, and Suter gets caught a little bit to the outside, and he's just going to give a cross-check shove here, and he just blows Storm right off his feet. Storm, who was robbed just a couple of minutes ago, and the Danes go back to the power play. Try and stave off the trivia contest that's looming.
We're a goal away from a 6-goal lead here. Jesper Jensen moves in, drops that down to Madsen. Jensen, Lauritsen, back to Nick Jensen. Mentioned Nick Jensen's got a real good shot. Brink wide to Jesper Jensen. Ryan to Glendening. In comes Glendening, trying to move around Nick Jensen. That's poked away by Galbraith. Hannifin goes back for it. Works that free to White, and Colin White swings it ahead to Shea. He's got Larkin with him, but they need a change as Shea sends it in deep. 2 to go here in the second period. The shots on goal are 17-16 in favor of Denmark. Ryan shoots, he fired that wide.
Some pretty good shooting. Yeah. 6 on 16.
Now Regan back with it. 35 seconds to go on the Danish power play. Dropped off to Bodker. And Mikkel Bodker plays that around. Jensen Abo to Peter Regan. Now Glendening with a chance. And Bodker comes back on him. That was played with a high stick, so Glendening leaves it there. And Hannifin chopped at that. That deflected, so the face-off will go outside the blue line.
Not much going at all for the Danes on the power play. This is their third power play. They've progressively run out of gas on them. And the frustration is that you think there is a game plan to stay in the game, and then when it goes away from you, you can't react. You can't keep up anymore. And after a really good start, they give up 2 goals in 33 seconds, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you're not getting 5 goals against the United States, and all of a sudden you need 3 just to be in the game in the first period, and it's just not going to happen for you.
Martinez knocks it off a foot. There's an ugly hit from behind in that Latvia-Russia game. We'll hear more about that in the intermission as Kane fires that. Galbraith makes the glove save.
Last year, Patrick Kane had 20 points in the 10 games that he played in the World Championships. This year, he's already got 8. Coming off 110 points. The 30-year-old Kane seemingly gets better and better.
12th season in the NHL. Rookie of the Year, the Stanley Cup champion 3 times. MVP of the league. A kid from Buffalo, New York, who grew up cheering for the Sabres. Storm works in, Schneider down, the puck still loose as Storm went flying. And Kane gathers up the loose puck. In comes Kane. Poke check there by Matthias Lassen. And it's loose back at center ice. So the United States gets 3 more here in this period. And it's a 6-1 lead after 2 periods of play at the 2019 World Hockey Championship.
Shots on goal in the second period. USA 6, Denmark 9. Slovakia USA
Is there anybody?
The score to the second period, Denmark 1, USA 6. Stał Ten Nhl.
Cory Schneider's allowed 1 goal on 17 shots. For Team USA, the shots are even at 17 after 2 periods of play. And so a 6-1 American lead. We're a goal away from trivia.
Oh, I'm prepared.
Are you prepared? Do you have a question?
I have a question.
Oh, really?
You're not the only one that can do research, sir.
No, our producer Peter Buchanan also can.
Yeah, he helped out.
Helped out.
Yes, we were discussing something, and then he came up with the idea.
Okay.
We formulated the question, so you just be prepared for Danish hockey.
Is this like when I help with travel arrangements? I looked it up,
Oh, no.
made the booking, got the tickets, and...
No, I have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
I have nothing to do with my travel. I'd like to make that perfectly clear.
Okay.
I know I have to start in Vancouver and end up there. That's about it.
And that could be a stretch. Long wrist shot, and Galbraith loves that down and hangs on with JVR standing on the doorstep. Alec Martinez unleashed that. The Stanley Cup winning goal in overtime for the LA Kings back in 2014.
What a thrill that must have been. I wonder, you never know till it's in, but that shot went, it was stopped, and it came out, and it was him. It was all there. It would have happened so split second, but just to see it go into the net, and the Staples Center erupted.
Of course, Patrick Kane has one of those two that nobody saw, really. 2010 Stanley Cup final against Philadelphia. He knew.
We were in the building, and it all of a sudden it just ended. We're like, where is he going? What is he doing?
Why is he jumping up and down and going to the bench?
It was just a shot. Oh, I guess it wasn't.
Penalty coming to Team USA. Here is Brink that goes off. Tripping is the call, and so Denmark goes back to the power play.
It's 4 of them for Denmark. It's funny, the U.S., the least penalized team in the tournament coming in with 7 minors, now has 4 today.
They've only been shorthanded 5 times in the tournament coming in.
Team USA, number 12, has the Rebound, 2-minute penalty goal, tripping at 44.
Russia begins the 3rd period with a 3-1 lead on Latvia. You've seen that hit by Nikita Zadorov. You saw it in our intermission. That might get a look from the IIHF discipline panel. And now an interference call is going to end the Danish power play as Fredrik Storm will go off.
He's had a couple of those looks today, Storm, after he missed the scoring chance, and now as he goes to the box for interference, that kills the power play in 19 seconds.
Good eye on number 9 in red, right?
That's not interference. He's just skating across the ice. I'm with you. Frederick, I'm with you. That's not interference.
He'll be glad to know he's got a backer, an ally. From a man who spent some time in the penalty box. You know where it is.
But that is not interference.
No, of course not.
The guy dropped his stick when you skated across it. It's not. No, well, 4-on-4 it is.
Jack Eichel picks it free. Eichel. And that's stripped away by Bodker. Mikhail Bodker goes ahead to Lauritsen. Marcus Lauritsen. Centering pass. Regan drops it back for Bodker. Winds in, and Bodker peels back in the corner. Drops it back to Marcus Lauritsen. Long wrist shot floats down. That's knocked down by Quinn Hughes. Takes the return pass from Eichel. Quinn Hughes to his brother Jack. That pass goes off a stick into the glove of Galbraith, and he'll hang on.
Galbraith's done a pretty nice job, made some good stops. And as he came in relief, Jack Hughes has his first point of the tournament. A really nice assist on the Chris Kreider goal.
Ditched the full cage this week when he turned 18.
Doesn't make him look any older.
Remember when Patrick Kane broke in, how young he looked? I mean, he was, they all do, but some are really young looking.
Kane was, well, I guess in a sense, like Jack Hughes, he just looked so little. So now, I mean, if you look at a picture of Kane now to then, of course he looks older, but just broader, stronger.
Centering pass, that's tapped wide by White. Then a rebound, Kane tried to bank that in, Kane back on it. 4-on-4 for 45 more seconds. Kane peels back. Slips it back in front, return pass, White missed that. Great chance here for White again. He's missed 2 open nets on this shift.
Be careful, you might not get another pass.
That's how it works in football.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you drop one, they'll go right back to you. You drop that one, you're done for the day. Nick Jensen works in, flips that wide, and the quarterback will tell you.
So then you're just out there running around?
You're a stunt dummy, yeah. You're just like, yeah, you're just.
Keep running.
Yeah. Clayton Keller winds his way in. Keller, Chris Conti with Larkin. And now the U.S. on the power play. Fox swats at that. On comes Van Riemsdyk off the bench. Fox works his way back in the corner. Keller, centering pass, missed Larkin. And now Van Riemsdyk skated by the puck. Well, he got slashed there. And now Storm steps back on. It remains a 6-1 game. Lead pass for Keller. Tiptoes his way in, penalty coming out of Denmark. That'll be the trip on Keller. And Team USA is going back to the power play.
Technically, this will be their third. That last one was about 12 seconds at the end of the 4-on-4. And then when DeBrincat came out, pretty slick move by Keller through the middle. The hook draws him down, and at 6-1, the U.S. has their top power play out on the ice.
Face-off not run fairly. Michael trying to pull that back. It's scooped up by Bogby, plays it down. Suter forward to Brinket. Tie for the tournament goal scoring lead now with 6. Lead pass to Van Riemsdyk, and the Brinket does the splits to stay onside. The clearing attempt knocked down by Suter. Ryan Suter walks it and fires. Galbraith knocks that away. The Brinket around for Kane. Patrick Kane shovels it back for Suter. Across he goes to Eichel, shoots. That was blocked by Lassen. Suter back with a wrist shot that's tipped up and out of play by Van Riemsdyk.
Jensen Abo and Van Riemsdyk having a little discussion. They were going at it pretty good in the front of the net. Of course, JVR in the power play covers about 15 feet of ice from the top of the blue paint to about 5 feet on either side of it, and he works all his magic from there. One of the league's best in front of the cage.
At the point is Quinn Hughes across to Keller. Kreider to Keller. Back to Kreider to Quinn Hughes. Jack Hughes with it now. Drops it back to his brother Quinn. Swings it across to Keller. A centering pass tipped right on. Rebound. Flipped wide by Jack Hughes. Keller back with it. Winds it back to Quinn Hughes across to Jack. And knocked down by Marcus Lauritsen. Now Kreider back with it to Jack Hughes. Swings that back to Larkin with a shot. Galbraith to save. The rebound went to Marcus Lauritsen. He couldn't clear it out. And now his brother Oliver chips that down. Final seconds now of the power play. Quinn Hughes jumps across the line, works it and shoots. Galbraith to save. He wasn't sure where the rebound was, and he pounces on that.
Two of the Danes got tied up at the blue line, and that opened up the play for Quinn Hughes. Here's Jack's chance a little earlier. He mishandled the first one. That took him to a sharp angle. The puck spun off his stick, and he lost the chance at the open net.
And there's Jack and Quinn's parents. What a thrill for them to see their kids play together in a World Junior Championship and the World Championship in the same year.
Now Ellen, their mom, played in a Women's World Championships. She was a defenseman, and
Teams are back to full strength as Patrick Kane winds his way in.
I kind of laugh there at their seating arrangement, so they're sitting a seat apart. Neither of them really want, Jim doesn't want Ellen's opinion, and Ellen doesn't want Jim's opinion as they're watching the game. Their mums and dads, I think, watch the game a little differently.
Played across, hard shot by Regan. He powdered that high and wide. And the other way to Brink it, had to go off the linesman's skate. And there's Brady Shea back with it. Shea, long lead pass for Kane. Chops it ahead for Fox. Adam Fox swings back in the corner. Got bumped there by Lassen. And the lead pass goes to Russell, up for Bodker. Mikhail Bodker in, shoots, and Cory Schneider makes the stop. You're watching the 2019 World Hockey Championship. Hockey Championship continues. Team USA a 6-1 lead on Denmark in Bratislava. Russia still leading Latvia 3-1 in the third period there. Bodker fires that through the crease. Now Bodker plays it back to Stefan Lassen. That long shot bounced around in front, picked out by Bodker. Denmark's hopes of making the quarters probably evaporated when they lost to Germany. And Germany, with a 4-0 mark in this tournament so far, has really upset the order a little bit. First time Germany's been 4-0 to start since 1930. The very first World Championship. They've got a good team here.
They've gotten terrific goaltending, but not from where you would expect.
No, it's the funny thing about it.
It's when Philip Grubauer came over, he was injured, 31 minutes into his only start.
Van Riemsdyk in, shoots, and Galbraith makes the glove save on him.
Marcus Niederberger has been terrific in goal for the Germans, among other players. Alex DeBrinket's got 2 more goals today, a power play off the Kane rebound, and then Kane finds him across the front of the net. That's off a face-off play. And for DeBrinket, 6 goals in the tournament, tied with Evgeny Dodonov and draft eligible Capo Caco.
Jack Hughes, by the way, with his first point of the World Championship earlier in this game, the youngest player ever to play for Team USA.
It's funny how the worlds all intersect. Ray Shero of the New Jersey Devils and Jeff Gorton of the New York Rangers are the general managers of course, the Devils and the Rangers sit with the first and second picks in the draft.
Yeah, both here with Team USA as part of the management group. It'll be fascinating. You know, they're going to go 1-2. They'll be 7 miles apart.
There's the other fly in the ointment of the deal. If one was on the East Coast and one was on the West, now you're going to have comparisons for a long time, side to side.
We got a slashing call coming to Team USA here.
Looks like Dylan Larkin.
That, of course, is the Ovechkin-Crosby symmetry. Now, Bow and Larkin are jawing.
Remember, Bow was tied up earlier with Chris Kreider. There's the slash of Larkin. And see, the best part there is he's not debating the slash.
He's saying, the elbow.
Yeah, he elbowed me. The ref's like, sure, but you slashed him. So Anyway, the U.S. shorthanded with without one of their penalty killers. So with a 5-goal cushion, they're probably going to be fine.
I got pulled over for speeding one time, and I mentioned to the police officer very politely that, you know, the guy in front of me was going much faster, and the police officer said, well, I didn't catch him, I thought you. Parker shoots, that's blocked.
License and registration, please,
Yes.
sir. I mean, not that I would know how that works, but I've heard.
Bodker back for Regan. So Denmark back to the power play here as Regan goes in. Bodker back with it. Pass goes back to Jensen Abel. He holds it. Back to Bodker. Jensen Abel feeds across to Regan. Regan to Jensen Abel. Back for Bodker. Jensen Abel steps into that. That hits Suter up high. Suter finally knocks the puck down, backhands it to the line and out. And Suter a little shaken by that shot as he makes his way off.
We caught him in the midsection, and that one will leave a mark.
Storm has it go off a leg. Hannifin whips it back down to the Danish zone. 45 seconds to go in the power play. Storm moves in. Hannifin stays with him. And the puck bounces down to Schneider, and he'll hang on to that.
Getting the second wind here is Ryan Suter. He's not even going to see the shot. Now he sees it, he turns for it, and it hits him right on the left side. As he's tied up with Peter Regan, you can see where the area where it would hit, where you don't really have much in the way of padding.
Pete Van Zandt, the longtime athletic therapist for the Detroit Red Wings, working for Team USA here, as Nick Jensen shoots and fired that wide. Hannifin up for Eichel. Jensen poked out of White. Now Brady Shea has it back off the glass, and again, not out. Jensen tied up. Plays it back in for Storm. Rounding goes for Jesper Jensen. 10 seconds to go in the Danish power play. Marcus Lauritsen feeds it across to Nick Jensen. Banks back for Lauritsen. Jensen to the goal mouth for Madsen. And Larkin steps back on. And that puck bounces free to Larkin. He's taken down. And Larkin moves in with White. Larkin winds in. Poke check there by Lauritsen. And play is called. They'll call the trip against Denmark. And Team USA is going back to the power play with 9:59 gone here in the period. The Brink has 2 this afternoon, 6 in the tournament. He's out there for the power play here with the U.S. up 6-1. At the line, Ryan Suter back out there, couldn't knock that down. Poulsen bears in on him. Morten Poulsen has a shorthanded goal in this tournament for Denmark. Suter drops it back to Eichel. Flips it across to Van Riemsdyk. Banks that back to Suter. DeBrincat. Feeds across to Kane. Kane trying to snap that pass back. Nicholas Jensen broke it up. And Eichel comes back on Jensen as he drags it down to the American line. Ryan Suter drops that back. Takes the return pass and jumps across the line, broken up by Bodker. And Bodker swings it down. Schneider way out to play it, around for Suter. And Team USA sets it up as Suter brings it out slowly. Brink wide to Van Riemsdyk. Fires that around for Kane. Kane to DeBrincat. Back to Kane, DeBrincat. Centers for Eichel, that pass bounced away from him. And DeBrincat goes back to Kane. Eichel. Right to the face-off dot, shoot, scores! Jack Eichel rips a wrist shot by Galbraith, and it's 7-1.
Eichel's first of the tournament. He's had to hunt on for this goal for the last couple of games. You can tell when a guy, even though things are going along fine, he wants to punch through here. And Eichel's had some dangerous chances. He can really shoot the puck. He leans on this stick. He's got such a long stick, so it torques really hard for him. He shoots it through the JVR screen on the short side, and from low to high, Eichel does it by himself and gets into a better shooting position, and that's pretty well a perfect shot for Jack Eichel.
First goal of the tournament for Eichel, who came in with 5 assists in this World Championship.
A goal and an assist today for him.
Playing in his 3rd World Championship, so it's a 6-goal lead. That means it's trivia time, so I'll go first.
Okay, oh yeah, why don't you go first?
I'll go first.
Because you know I'll need help,
So the Denmark record for points in one World Championship, is 11. Set in
a World Junior?
No, World Championship.
Okay.
One World Championship, the record is 11 points. It was set in 1991. The person who did it is here today. Hughes centers it. That's broken up. Lennon up ahead for Jack Hughes. Hughes winds in. That's knocked away from him.
I'm working on it.
Hang on. Here's Keller. Spins back in the corner with it. Jakobsen.
Do I know he's here tonight?
Yep.
Morton Green.
No. Although a great guess, he's the all-time leader in tournaments played for Denmark. Played in 15 of them. Heinz Ehlers.
Really?
The coach for Denmark, yeah.
I bet he was intense the whole time.
He's second all-time in points for Denmark at the World Championship, second in goals.
Leads in intensity, though.
Franz Nielsen's the all-time leader for Denmark in points at the World Championship. What's your question?
Now, this one I will give you. This is the one that Mr. Buchanan and I, our producer, well, actually, he came up with the idea. I think you've got a chance at it,
okay.
Which is the top. Okay, so I'm going to give you time to do this.
Okay.
Okay, because it's Danish hockey, the top 10 NHL scores.
I have to list the top 10 scores of all time from Denmark?
How many Denmark NHL players are there? If you put your brain to this, which you will because you're stubborn and you're competitive, you will get...
I have to go. You cannot ask a question that has 10 answers.
I think you'll get 8 of them.
In comes Kane.
Just think of that. I'm saying you're going to get 80%.
Does Paul Popiel count?
Well, he's one of them, so you might get 9.
He's born in Denmark but grew up in Canada. Okay.
So that's right. There's one. Come on, you know what?
Franz Nielsen's first.
There's 2.
Mikkel Bodker.
There's 3.
Nikolai Ehlers.
There's 4.
There's a shot wide by DeBrincat. I got a little bit to do here. Hang on.
That's all right. Nobody's listening to you. They want to hear the answers.
Okay.
One guy just left.
Sorry?
One guy just left the tournament.
Oh, yeah, Lars Eller, yeah.
Yeah, there's another one. That's 5. You're staring at one of them out here.
I said Bodker, didn't I?
Yeah, well, there's another one.
Oh, right.
Look at your sheet.
Oh, Nick Jensen.
No, he's 11th.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Peter Regan.
Yes.
Okay. Bouncing puck in front for Russell. That skipped away from him. What am I at now, 5 or 6?
Oh, my gosh, you're way past that. You're missing 3.
Oh.
Oh,
Jack
you're missing
Hughes-
4. You're at 6.
Hughes walks in and shoots.
Oh,
And
we
the
got to go
save
to
made by
commercial.
Galbraith.
You've got 4 more. You got 4 more to go.
But I had 7.
I miscounted. You had 6. You can need 4.
Oh, brother.
Denmark trails, which opens up trivia. Gord, the top 10 Danish scores. You've got 6. You've got Franz Nielsen,
Nikolai
Ehlers, Mikhail Bodker, Lars Eller, Peter Regan, and Paul Popiel. You got 4 more. 2 are active.
2 are active. Okay. Well, Lannon works in. Centering pass, bounce away from Galbraith.
1 just retired.
Oh, Jannik Hansen.
Very good. That's 7.
Is he active or retired?
He's retired.
Okay. Another active player this year. Who didn't Denmark get for the World Championship team?
Oh, actually, you know what? Technically, there's 2 more active players. One of them they didn't get.
In comes From.
Right-handed shot. Is that the World Juniors?
Oliver Bjorkstrand.
There you go.
Okay.
Now
that's
you've got
8.
Now you've got 2 more.
Give me an era.
One of them played for the Oilers and a brief stint in Vancouver. Actually, a brief stint in Edmonton and a brief stint in Vancouver.
Oh,
yeah, you're all over.
Frederick.
Nope, not Frederick.
Oh, wow. In comes Hughes, shoots, and Galbraith makes the stop. The guy with the long hair.
You got him.
Oh, what's his name?
You've done everything except tell me what type of shoes he wears.
I know. The guy with the long hair.
Philip Larson.
Philip Larson. Ah.
And I will buy you dinner if you can come up with the next guy in 3 minutes and 52 seconds. He's ahead of Nick Jensen in points because he was 11th.
So he's 10th. I don't have the 10th guy.
You do not have the 10th player.
Really? Okay. 3 minutes and 45 seconds for a free dinner.
That Wiener Schnitzel is going to be great, eh?
I don't know. It's steak tonight, big fella. We're going to the steak place in Košice. Lawson goes back. Petrano knocks that away. Can you give me a rough, the 10th guy, like, give me a rough era for him?
Unfortunately, no, I can't give you a rough era.
Because you don't know or you won't?
Because I won't.
Oh,
but it's not, there's no way this is obscure.
Okay.
Like, the player's name is not obscure.
Matt Zuccarello? No, he's Norwegian.
Oh, are you doing that to me on purpose?
A little shot at you because Ray has a mental block with Norway and Denmark.
I am so happy Norway's on the other side of this draw, by the way.
I was really hoping for a quarterfinal game between the two, but alas, no luck. I give up.
He has 8 points. Oh. Well, it's not my fault that he's 10th and he's got 8 points.
Who is it?
Frederick Anderson.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Frederick Anderson has 8 assists? Really? Okay, from now on, no trivia questions can have 10 answers.
You did very well. Very well. Outside of the guy with the long hair.
I couldn't think of him. I could see his face. I couldn't think of him.
When I saw the Freddie Anderson bit to that,
that's a good little twist at the end of that. Keller knocks that across to Van Riemsdyk. Of course, you get Paul Popiel and players like that who he was born in Denmark, moved to Canada as a child. So you get Like Stan Mikita, for example, was born in the old Czechoslovakia. All kinds of anomalies like that. Danny Heatley, born in Germany.
Ole Kolzig.
Yeah. Although Kolzig has a German passport.
Right.
He was actually born in South Africa.
Didn't South Africa have the Division 3?
They had a tournament. I'm not sure it was the actual Division 3 championship, but the IIHF supervisor who went said the hockey was horrible, but the wine was unbelievable.
I volunteer for that supervision.
But it reminds you that the IIHF runs tournaments at all levels in lots of countries that you don't hear about. And all the stats have to be generated and officials have to be assigned.
Maybe that's why it took so long to get that Niederreiter goal changed.
They were busy running other tournaments. Final minute now, the third period. We've exhausted the trivia possibilities thanks to Ray's extra long question.
The 10-parter was
I wasn't prepared for the 10-parter. I'm going to be honest. I had Franz Nielsen. I was hoping you'd ask me who was the all-time leader in points by a Danish player. I had Franz Nielsen nailed, but.
Now this was over early. 4 goals in the first period. Vetrano, DeBrincat, Keller, and Kreider, and then DeBrincat with a second later on. And
after Denmark really burst out of the gate, the first 3 minutes had a bunch of scoring chances. The shots were 4-0, and then the United States just blew it open. Jens Adabo for Regan. Fire down, and Team USA will win its 4th in a row, running its record of 4-1, a 7-1 win over Denmark. Next up for Team USA, Germany. Tomorrow, Denmark will play Canada on Monday.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best players of each team will be awarded by Rebound International, the official sponsor of the 2019 IIHF World Championship. Dámy a páni, najlepší hráči oboch tímov budú odmenení od Rebound International, oficiálneho sponzora majstrovstiev sveta IIHF 2019 v ľadovom hokeji. The prizes will be presented by Ceny budú odovzdávať Henrik Nielsen, IIHF Council Member, and Peter Šofranko, Regional Director, Raiffeisen Bank. The best player of Denmark is number 93, Peter Regin. The best player of USA is number 21, Dylan Larkin. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the United States of America. Dámy a páni, poďte sa prosím, zaznie štátna hymna Spojených štátov amerických.
Jack, you become the youngest player to register a point at the World Championships, contributing to a 7-1 win. What has this whole experience been like for you, playing with such elite players?
Yeah, it's been an invaluable experience. I mean, we have an unbelievable team, a lot of great guys. And I mean, the guys you get to learn from every day, it's really special to be a part of this group.
With Johnny Gaudreau out of the lineup, you have a chance to bump up to the top line, playing on the wing. What adjustments did you have to make?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want Johnny back in the lineup, first of all, but it's good for me to play with Ike's great player, easy to play with. So, I mean, for me, I just jump from the middle of the ice to the boards, and that was really it for me.
This has to be something that you'll never forget, having your parents here, turning 18, playing on a team with your brother. What are you going to remember most about this?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think this experience will just cap off a great year. Like I said, I'm really grateful to be here with such a great team, so I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you for your time.
Awesome.
Peter, you had an opportunity to surpass USA in the standings, but unfortunately fall short. How would you summarize today's performance?
Well, I think we actually got off to a good start, and we tried to come out aggressive, and I think we did the first couple of shifts. We had some good opportunities, didn't capitalize on them, and then they came back and scored 4 quick ones, and that was kind of the game for us.
Is it a matter of mental toughness when you are in those moments of adversity?
Of course, and we can't fall apart the way we did. A couple of bounces, and they get a few there, and then we kind of had to put a stop to it, and we didn't manage to do that, and then it just kind of snowballed from there.
As the captain of this team, what are you going to be saying to rally the troops for your next outing against Canada?
Well, we gotta win 2 games and that might not even be enough to get to the quarterfinals. So we just gotta go and leave it all out there in the next game. If we don't win that, we're done for the tournament, or at least our chances to move on. So we gotta give it everything we have in the next game.
Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.